Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and today I'm going to show you how to build my brand new version of my eyeball that can look up, down, and all around, as well as 3 different ways that you can power the thing, and a bonus feature at the very end that I might need your help working on. Also, I got a new mic, a little bit of a new setup. Do I sound better? I hope I sound better. But, first thing you're going to do is place 6 blocks across. If you're going to build it on ground level, you want to go 1 block up. At the 2 very ends, place a half slab, and then place 2 more blocks up, so that way you get this nice little subtle arch that goes half a block up at a time. From here, place another block on either end and place a staircase, thus furthering our arch. And from this point, we are basically going to mirror what's on the bottom, on the very top, starting with these staircases here. It's going to be the exact same idea on the top. So I'm going to walk through building this. If you don't want to see this part, feel free to hold down the top right corner to hurry up the playback speed so you don't have to watch me go through the whole dang thing. But here you go. So, while we're waiting for this handsome devil to finish building, I'd also like to mention if you guys have any other ideas for creepy bio-redstone or eldritch horrors that you want me to build, by all means leave them down below. But look at the very corner staircase that makes up the corner of the eye, right there. And you're going to start by putting a snow layer just below it. You also want to have 4 bonus blocks right in the center, right below. We're going to do that same 4 bonus blocks on the very center on the top. But from here, not including those, you're going to go 5 total for our height, for our eyeball background here. One more thing to note is that you're going to want 1 extra layer horizontally that we were just building there on one of the 2 sides to act as a buffer for when it looks left and right. The 2 bonus blocks on the top and bottom are for it to be able to look up and down. But from here we can build the iris. Your iris, since this is on an even block scale, you want to start it on the side that has that extra horizontal layer of blocks I was talking about. I will be showing those in more detail here in a minute. But one other thing to note is that you can make this iris or eye out of anything you want. You don't have to use the blocks I'm using. So if you do want to make an Eye of Sauron, I mean, go right ahead, man. Go for it. But anyway, now that we have the main look for our eye down, we can begin installing some redstone. So grab out your normal pistons, and you can put some scaffolding on either side to make placing the pistons a little easier. But along the main 5 high side on either side of the main eyeball, you're going to place your pistons facing inwards. And as you'll see here in a minute, the side I'm working on has a bonus layer of snow. That's why the pistons are butted right up against it. But on the other side, we don't. So on this other side, I'm going to leave the pistons in relatively the same location, but since I don't have that bonus layer, there'll be an extra layer sitting there. So don't let that confuse you. Just keep in mind, keep in your head what's going to happen once the pistons activate. We need to leave room for the pistons to activate and move. So from here, we're going to wire up some redstone for either side, and the redstone for one side is identical to the other side, but simply follow the block layout that I'm doing here, and it should be the minimal amount of redstone you have to use, but, you know, I'm no redstone genius. There might be somebody out there going, oh, actually, so ignore that. But place a repeater down, place 2 redstone dusts. That repeater will power both the upper and the lower dust, and then from here, you can place a couple of blocks. I chose to use half slabs. And this extra little bit of dust will power our top piston. So now you have all 5 pistons powering all at the same time. And like I said, just copy this exact design over. Now you have a look left and a look right function. Alright, so next thing we gotta do is install some double piston extenders for the top and the bottom so we can look all the way up and all the way down. So dig yourself a hole. Don't mind the other contraption down there. I kind of did a whoopsie and invaded somebody else's territory. But when placing our pistons, we need to make sure that we, at the end, leave 1 space between the snow blocks there and our stack of pistons. So place down some sticky pistons facing up, then some regular pistons facing up as well. And when I take a step back, you'll notice that there's 1 airspace in between. Just like so. That's exactly how we want it on the top and the bottom. Don't worry, I'll be showing you the top, so don't fret. But from here, power the blocks below the pistons with some repeaters. The timing is important. 4 ticks on these guys and wire them up. And I'll explain the timing in a minute. Now, keep in mind the timing might differ depending on if server or realm that you're on, but for me, the 4 ticks or 5 ticks is usually what I go for. But from here, grab yourself some observers, go around to the front, and you're going to want some observers facing towards our sticky pistons, watching the sticky pistons. Now, place more observers, watching the previous observers. Don't mind the mushroom man. So, like I said, go around front, place some observers watching the sticky pistons, and then place more observers on top of those, watching the first ones. If you need to play it back, just rewind it a little bit. But from here, we're done. So now jump on top of the eye, and we're going to do a very similar situation. So you might have to build up a little bit of pillar or something temporarily, but like I said, center it above those pistons that are down below, and make sure that you leave one airspace in between our pistons and the snow. Now, the redstone I'm trying to do should be bedrock and Java friendly. I personally play on bedrock, so I don't really know exactly how Java redstone works. You'll have to ask Etho or Mumbo, and I haven't spoken to them yet, so bear with me, dang it. But from here, we need to find out how to get a wire up there to watch our bad boys. I recommend doing a half slab staircase for your redstone, though you could use torches. But don't worry, I'll be showing you what I mean by half slab staircase. Put up a temporary column of dirt or something, grab some half slabs, make sure they're half slabs, and place them staircasing up on the top half of each block. I also did forget to mention that we are going to need more observers. It's the same thing as down below. You want some observers watching our sticky pistons and some more observers watching those observers. They'll just be facing the other way. Then power some blocks just above our pistons, as well as putting down repeaters at 4 ticks. And then all you gotta do is put the redstone back down our little staircase here, and you'll have a very nice, compact, efficient way to power that upper level. Like I said, if you need help with the observers, just look when I placed the bottom half observers. It's exactly the same thing, just oriented the other way. But from here, the simple base functionality should be complete. If you power all 4 different lines, you'll get all 4 different directions. If the look up and look down functions are powered one after the other quickly, it will sometimes recenter itself. And right here, as you can see, I added a little more delay to the look up and look down function. That will depend on if you're playing a server and how much lag the server has. Let's talk about different ways to power your eyeball. We have 3 different ways here. One is the skulk sensor. Depending on the power level you input, it'll hear certain things. You can place that so eyeball can follow you when it hears you. My personal favorite is just trapping an animal in a pen with pressure plates. Very simple, very easy to set up, and just kind of random. I don't know. It's lag efficient, if that matters to you. And the very last option is a random generator. This thing powers either the left or the right side randomly, and you can hook that up in however which way you want. It's a little more lag intensive, but a very good way of randomizing things without having to rely on an animal. This design is not my own, but you need one stackable and non-stackable in a dropper facing upwards into a hopper that's facing downwards. Everything else is placed basically just how you see it on screen. And like I said, it's not my design, but it is very compact and small. It works on bedrock, and it randomly will generate a power out of either the repeater or the comparator. So if that matters to you, there you go. The very last thing I need your guys' help with here is actually how to install a blink function. You see I have a whole bunch of observers. They're powering the blocks behind them, which is where our iris is. If you put trap doors on the other side and they get updated, they will blink in a way. But I haven't found a good way to properly power them on Bedrock Edition without it looking kind of funky. So that's where I need your help in the comments below. But that's going to do it for me today. If you have any other ideas, drop them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and stay beautiful. Peace.